Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. So Notre Dame's offense will get the first crack at it here. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll feed him early and often.
Looking for a productive play on first down. The give on the inside. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back to pass, it's Carr. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? First down for this offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Blasted as he lets it go. Makes a connection. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll run it from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. On the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. He's got his man. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Shaw. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Missouri's offense will get the ball for the first time. You know, David, both of these teams have a strong safety that can support the run and also disruptive in the passing game.
I mean, it's just so nice to have a guy that's so physical, like a linebacker, but also can play like a DB. These guys are really revolutionizing defenses.
They hit people, too. They are heat-seeking missiles. Nobody wants to run over the middle of the field against these guys.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to move it through the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get moved.
This offense has a second down play. The give out of the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet, everything you're...
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Dropping back, it's Carr. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Irish send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Wants to return it. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Got his man to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Johnson. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. With jet sweep pass. He's off to the races. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Missouri! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Here come the Irish back on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on.
Oh, look out. There he goes. At the 20. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Irish. Remember this one simple precept, and your time with me will not have been ill spent. The tight end is always open.
They think that too. They think they're always open. Throw me the football, but especially in the red zone. This is where you see most tight ends do most of their damage. Big body guys, QB find him, hit him, touch him.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Charlotte took its show on the road And they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to the Queen City. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback keeper. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematic.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. He's taking the shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got his man. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. The Tigers have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Offense lining up quickly. They want to just keep throwing it.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Woods. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Mizzou trying to cash in on a red zone trip. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside give. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. This is a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Carr. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Took them a little while to settle into this game, but this offense has it going here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, a little bit of a feeling out process there early, but they seem to have found something. They're going back to the well, and they need to keep that up here on this drive, David.
Definitely, and they got the momentum going, and once you start getting the momentum going, it's crazy what I've seen in college football. It's so hard to stop it. It takes over, and sometimes it leads to enormous swings.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback.
Grabs it inside the 10, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tiger!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense. Here
he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been a track meet running up and down the field so far, Jesse.
It's amazing for this offense, right? Score a touchdown.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. To throw, it's Carr. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Hands it off. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Going up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he's looking downfield. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. And the Tigers want to move quickly. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
And sometimes the best defense is a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Getting some heat. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. One more snap coming before halftime. Back to pass, it's Carr. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss it.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The throw to the outside is complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the running game. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Carr. Makes the grab on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Throwing right. Makes the grab. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. They're going to run it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on, be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They go to the ground. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Just going to keep it after the snap. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. A run for the quarterback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I think we're going to see more and more of this in college football. It used to be that if it was 4th and inches and you're on your own side of the field, you automatically punt. But I like that play call there. With their offensive line and their ability to run the football, just go out and get it and keep the drive alive.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Missouri wants to go fast.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got it.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about shifting this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Looking downfield, it's Woods. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Using his feet. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Tackle is made after the first down. From that spot on the field, you had to expect them to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, but especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Let's try to keep this drive alive and try to go get extra points.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it down the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. And, guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Missouri! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Makes his connection. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Here's the give off the left side. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting over his block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Quarterback keeps it. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Woods. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They've pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep hitting him. Keep getting him on the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Going to take a shot at this DB. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The offense set for a first down play. He'll start this drive firing. Finds the tight end. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And, guys, this is a great time to take a shot if you want on 2nd and short. Scanning the field, it's Carr. He's right on target. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. He's going to pass. Coming after it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Time is their enemy. It's running out on them. Down 4, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on 2nd down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Looking for room at the 40. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Here come the Irish back on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Feeling some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
4th down coming up.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.